I will show you how to make these bubbles with beads. They are very easy to make, but a little bit unusual way of making bubbles, as you know, like for example bubbles without beads. The way you crochet those and these bubbles are a little bit slightly different. So how to crochet a single bubble, the bubbles just without any beads, bubble with a thread, is available in the lessons video tutorials chapter 1. And in this chapter and in this video I will show you how to make the bubbles. So I use beads, seed beads from Joanne or Hobby Lobby, whatever color you wish, and thread the beads on the thread you will crochet the bubble with. Of course, it's recommended to have exactly the same color beads as your thread. So I have red thread and red beads. So we will start just exactly the same way as we crochet bubbles. We'll make magic loop, and at first we'll make our slip stitch and chain, and then we'll move beads closer and start crocheting. Right away around the magic loop we will crochet 7 single crochet stitches, and every time we will make a single crochet stitch we will add a bead. So hook into the loop, pull thread through, move the bead closer to the base of the crochet and close single crochet stitch. Let's watch it one more time. Thread through, pull it through the loop, then move one bead at a time, and close single crochet stitch. So this way add 5 more beads, so 5 more single crochet stitches around the magic loop. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 more. So please remember how we do this. Hook into the loop, grab the thread, pull it through the loop, then add the bead and close your single crochet stitch. So now you have 7 single crochet stitches, 7 beads. After that, close, pulling by this short tail, close the magic loop into the ring. The next step, we will have to close this ring with a slip stitch. Before we will do this, I made it a little bit too tight, but I'll have to undo it a little bit slightly. So here's our last bead right here and first bead, and the short tail, we will move this short tail between the last and first bead towards you. We also will crochet over the short tail, and we will make a single crochet increase. That means that the next round, the second round of the bubble, we will crochet 14 single crochet stitches. That means that we will crochet 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch of the previous round. Before we will do that, let's make a slip stitch into the first bump right in here. You will have a bump. Into that bump, make slip stitch just to secure our round. From now on, we will look for stitches that are right in front of each bead. Here they are. And also crochet over this short tail. This way we will weave in this short tail, and we don't have to cut this and be secure this way. So pull thread through, then add the bead and crochet single crochet stitch. Again into the same stitch, the second single crochet stitch, but this time we will do it a little bit different. We will first move the bead, then pull thread through and close single crochet stitch, and continue next stitch. It will be a little bit difficult to see probably for you, but all your stitches will be right in front of the beads. And don't forget about the short tail. So again, you can actually do it the opposite way, not the way I did it, but so single crochet, first single crochet, pull thread through, then add the bead, crochet together, again into the same stitch. At first move the bead, pull thread through, and single crochet. So we have 4 added beads, 1, 2, 3, 4. So since we add single crochet increase, we need to add 2 beads. So now five, 6. It's very important to count. 7, 8. Next stitch. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 2 more. Into the last stitch we're adding 2 more beads and 2 more stitches, 13 and 1 more. (13) and 14. Here it is, the last stitch. 14 stitches together. So here it is, the short tail we used to crochet over. And if you crochet with silk or sleek thread, I would recommend to crochet over this thread one more time, but since it's cotton it will hold itself very well. I will just cut this thread off, I don't need it anymore. And now I will crochet 3 more rounds, 3rd, 4th and 5th, with 14 stitches, 14 single crochet stitches. I will add into each stitch of the previous row each one bead. I'm sorry, one bead. They look like bubbles to me, so okay. So now we'll have to count. Make sure you see your stitches, and it's easy to see if you look at the beads. Each stitch in front of each bead. So single crochet. First pull thread through, add a bead, close your single crochet into the next stitch, pull thread through, add the bead, close single crochet stitch, and so on. Third round will be a little bit tough to crochet because we have those 2 stitches in each, 2 bubbles, but watch for the stitches before each bead. So thread hook into the stitch, pull thread through, add the bead, close your single crochet. We added 3. Now 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13, and one more, 14. So it's going to be quite unruly a little bit at first, so be patient. If it's too tight for you, if it's too difficult to crochet with the hook, I use right here thread number 8 from DMC, and I use crochet hook point 0.9 millimeters. Normally I use crochet 0.75, but it's easier to crochet and see your stitches slightly bigger. So right now I will, so I have 3 rounds. After that you will continue 2 more times the same rounds. I will grab my prepared piece already. You repeat crocheting 14 stitches, adding each time a bead, and here it is. It's almost forming a bubble. So I have 1 round, the first round, then increase 2 stitches into each stitch of the previous round. Then we add 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds, just 14 stitches, adding with each stitch 1 bead. Then the last round we will make a single crochet decrease. So that means we will make 2 stitches together. We will crochet 2 single crochet stitches together. Now our bubble is hollow, there is nothing in there. You can add inside polyester fill or thread, or leave it as it is, because beads will hold your bubble in a good shape. But I like still to add, this is just thread rolled into a rope, so it will stay together, and you can push it inside. Like this. So I just want to be sure that my bubble will not be soft, will be shaped well. And now we will make single crochet decrease. So with the hook into first stitch, pull thread through, then into the next stitch, pull thread through. You have 3 stitches on a hook, and we will add, I will put my beads closer, and we will add 1 bead and crochet together. This is our decrease. So since we're decreasing our 14 stitches, we will have to crochet 7 single crochet stitches, 7 single crochet decreases. Again, 1, 2, add bead, and crochet 3 stitches together. So have 2 stitches. Now we'll be having 3, it will be 4. If this thread coming out, you can always push it inside so you can see stitches better. 4, now will be 5. 6, and last stitch. So remember, again, I will repeat, to make a decrease you go into stitch, into 1 stitch, pull thread through, into the next stitch, pull thread through, add the bead, and crochet 3 together. Now we're done here. If you want, you can actually, what I like to do, since this area quite sensitive here, you will have more thread, you can add 1 more bead. So we will make another decrease, 1, and somewhere here 2, move bead in and close. This is it, no more decreases. This will be our last decrease. Cut thread, pull it through. This is how your beaded bubble will look like. And weave in this thread. Take a needle, and make sure that this area is well protected. Just I move my needles through the bubble on another side. You see, when I pull on a thread or push on a thread, all this area is closed. You cannot really see now anything. Everything look even and covered with beads. And weave in this thread as many times as you need to just make sure that your bubble will not unravel. I just go and sew my thread through the bubble, back and forth through the different directions, this way securing my thread inside, and that's it. Do it like 5-6 times, and that's enough. Now you can cut your thread, and you have a bubble with beads. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Try to make those bubbles on your own. You can make them with different color beads, bigger, smaller. If you want bigger bubbles, then use thicker thread and use more stitches at the beginning. Instead of 7, use 8 or 9, but 7 is the best. So good luck, enjoy making bubbles with beads.